All right. Are we here? Listen, I know we be here for the kicks and giggles and all of that, but today is a day where it's the end of the week. And I'm going to be honest with you. This week, this day, today, was probably the first day that I got irritated with this trial. And I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm trying not to pick a side, and I'm trying not to take it personal. But this witness had me f***ed up today. We're going to get into that, but, you know, we got to get into that. Oh, man, we gone. Oh, my niggas. Shout out to Duchess Kelly Love. Hold on.
My wiggins, bringing the tea. I said, oh my wiggins, bringing the tea. We go down to the courthouse, bringing the tea. He give us our Diddy news, bringing the tea. He is never biased, bringing the tea. I said, oh my wiggins, bringing the tea. I said, oh my wiggins, bringing the tea. Oh my wiggins, bringing the tea. Oh my wiggins, bringing the tea. I want to thank all my bringing the tea. I want to thank all my bringing the tea. Oh, he's sassy and classy, bringing the tea. I said, all my wiggins, bringing the tea.
Yes, we got one more. And just in case y'all thought we forgot, we never forget, okay? We never, ever, ever forget. So you know what time it is, right?
Everybody order. More. Everybody order. More. Everybody order.
More.
Everybody order. More.
Okay. Now that we're here, I just want to say shout out to everybody at TMZ for making it possible. If you guys haven't seen us, our episode is live on TMZ on Tubi. We did the Inside the Diddy's Trial podcast with TMZ. It was myself, Joe Takapina, Nancy Grace, Harvey Levin, Ashley, I forget her last name, but shout out to Ashley, and Ebony K. Williams. Okay, so shout out to them. I will be, or I think we're in talks, and I think it's confirmed that I will be a full panel guest for the full hour next week on Tubi. So you guys make sure you guys check that out. If you guys want to check out the episode that I'm on this week, you guys can go check it out on Tubi. It is episode 4. The picture is of Ray J. Ray J actually was a guest on the show too. Also, if you're in the New York area, I will be on the Jay Dow show premiering next Wednesday on Pix 11 News at 5:30 p.m. And I may have another announcement for you, but I just can't say it yet. But I'm sure you guys are going to love it. So shout out to that. Make sure you guys catch those interviews, check out that content. I'm so happy to be here. And I just want to let you guys know, listen, at the top of this year, we did the 60-day manifestation cleanse. I didn't tell you guys what it was, but now you guys are able to see the fruits of the labor. So if you guys are part of my Lux Life YouTube channel and our manifestation cleanse and our Discord, then you guys already know what's up. We're gearing up in a few months to do another cleanse. So the book is on Amazon. If the moderators can put the link in the bio, you guys can start your cleanse now. But yes, at the top of the year next year, for sure, you guys are not going to want to miss out on this cleanse. It's going to be very powerful and impactful, okay? We are living results of the 60-day manifestation cleanse, all right? Now, with that being said, it's the end of the week. All right. And we are oiled up. So here's the tea. Mia, today was all about Mia. Mia was a damn joke. I told you guys Mia was a joke yesterday because she was looking down the entire time. And I knew I couldn't figure it out, but I was like, I'm going to get to know her. Once the defense calls her, I'm going to be able to see right through her. But even still through her testimony, I wasn't really getting with it. I think I was getting to the point where I was like throwing my hands up. I was like, stop even writing for a second. But I'm going to paraphrase everything. But just so you guys understand where we're going with this, the quick summarized version of this, in my mind, Mia is upset that she got fired. This is her get back. Diddy's back is against the wall, and so she's going to drag it and put it on a little bit thicker than what it was. When it comes to Cassie, I do believe that things are true. The things that Mia are stating that Diddy has done to her aren't all true. Was Diddy a jerk? Was he an a-hole? Did he probably disrespect you and curse you out and maybe pop you? But grape you, SAU, I'm not buying. And I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes later. But all this is showing that through all of this, Mia, you still stayed. And at the end of the day, you are upset because you got fired. I'm trying not to jump around, but let's just get back to the beginning of this day. And I'll link the book. Let me see if I can find the book really quick on Amazon before I get talking. Because once I get talking, it's a wrap. And I don't know if I have any of my moderators in here right now. So let me just do this really quick. Give me 2 seconds, guys, because I don't like to stop once I get going. So I'm going to link the book right here for those that want to check it out and shop. It's only $13 while we do the commentary. Okay, so I pinned it to the chat and you guys can grab the book there. Okay, and we have videos on the Lux Life YouTube channel. For the people that are new, I went and did a whole 60 days every day live going through the book with you. I'll put that link in the description. It should already be there, but if not, I'll put it in the description and I will put that in the comment section so you guys can actually go to the page and start from day 1 to day 60 with me every day. All right. Boom. So here we are. We start the day. And we start, where, she talked about how Diddy would assault her. But, she had good times with Diddy after he would assault her. She loved some of the people that she worked with. They called each other family. Now I knew why. Now I'm seeing why the prosecution set it up this way, because they knew that she was going to get dragged. Okay. So she's trying to set it up like she still stayed after the essay. She still stayed after the grape. She loved them. She loved the job. She loved, they were family. She even dated one of Diddy's employees, Matt Testa. He was a sound engineer, but they didn't have a traditional style relationship. Their relationship was more like they lived in the apartment together. However, they were always at Diddy's house. When she was at home, he wasn't at home. When he was at home, she wasn't at home. She always had to work like she was a slave. But she would still tell Diddy, I love you. She would still send messages. This is her story as the prosecution is, going through her testimony. They talked about the time that she went to South Africa. This is when it all ended for her. This was the beginning of the end, and this is why I feel like she's trying to get her get back. So we all know the story about South Africa in 2015 when Cassie went to shoot the movie for Honey 3. And Cassie caught Diddy cheating with Gina online. Diddy was in Miami. It was a video that got leaked and he was with Gina. That's when that's when Cassie got so fed up. Then she was kind of like trying to talk to Michael B. Jordan and all of this stuff. So Diddy now is calling Mia to try to get a hold of Cassie because Cassie's not answering the phone. She's pissed. Mia's not answering. Cassie's not answering. So then Diddy has KK, which is his executive assistant, calling Mia. Mia's not responding. And she's still looking down while she's doing all this. She says, hey, it's KK. Are you getting these messages? PD wants you to talk to you. PD is Diddy. Mia said she just tried to call him. She lied, though. They said, did you really try to call him? She said no. She lied. She admitted she lied. They said, can you call me? He's trying to reach you. But call me first. This is KK. Then KK, I guess, went into a spiral. Call, audio. Not completed. So she goes like 5 or 6 times. Mia wakes up. Oh, it's 7:30 a.m. in Cape Town. Oh, no, this is Diddy calling. It was like 7:30 in the morning. And she was just like, Cassie will talk, but his energy is off right now. They said Diddy was slurring, irritated, threatening to kill Mia. Told her she was going to get fired. He said, get on the phone. But it was 4:15 in the morning. Diddy told her, get on the plane right now or get fired or bitch, I'll kill you. If you don't get on this mother phone, I'll kill you. Because he needed to get on the phone with Cassie because it was like, well, hold on. She already done slightly cheated on me. She caught me with Gina. Now I'm hearing rumblings that she playing with Michael B. Jordan. Get her on the phone. Mia don't want to get her on the phone. Then KK messages Mia. He just told me to call you. If you don't call him in 2 minutes, you won't have no job, bitch. Diddy called Mia 48 times. So then Mia sent a text message. I paraphrased it. She basically said, listen, I'm stressed. I'm not ignoring you. We're asleep. It's a lot. I've been crying myself to sleep every night. And I'm getting hit from both ends. So she's playing that Karen role. Like, I just don't know. But meanwhile, Cassie don't want to talk. They're out. They're doing their thing. They got booked out to go to South Africa. They're doing their thing. They don't want to be bothered with Diddy. Cassie's pissed. Be with Gina. Cassie don't want to talk. This is her way to get away from Diddy and just be outside with Cassie. She said she was just so mentally sore and her anxiety. She had scares at night. She was terrified of Diddy because he had told her he was going to kill her. Diddy sent her a text message, bitch. If you don't call me now, get off. Get off. If you don't call me, I'm going to tell everything, you dirty. And don't ever speak to me again. You have 2 minutes. Fuck her. Call me right now. Or never speak to me again. And guess what? ABC and all the lawyers. Let's motherfucking go to war, B. And so let's break that down. If you don't call me now, get off. And I'm going to tell everything. And don't ever speak to me again, ho. So what that meant, they asked her, so what does that mean? Well, what that meant was, in her mind, she said, well, that meant he was going to say that remember the grape was consensual. Now, in my mind, I feel like you low-key Diddy. Because she was trying to say that she was just knocked out sleep and Diddy had inserted himself inside her. Do I believe Diddy? Absolutely. But do I feel like it was no. So Diddy was going to say, you know what? I'm finna tell her that you let me you. Get off. So that's what she was thinking. She was thinking that, oh my God, he's going to spill the tea that Tim. But she was trying to say it as, oh, well, he was going to say that me, and it was consensual, but he really me, because I never told Cassie. And then he said, you have 2 minutes. Kerr is obviously Kathy. Your loyalties to me, you work for me, Kerr. Never speak to me again. And ABC. And all the lawyers, let's go to war. So what that meant, so ABC, he was going to take a show. So she was producing this show on, I guess, ABC. And he was going to say, no, I was going to take the licensing and everything, and he wasn't going to do the show. And she wasn't going to allow her to produce the show. He was going to cancel the show. And eventually, inevitably, the show never came out. So the show was supposed to be on ABC. They were shooting a pilot for it. It had slightly got picked up, but something happened. It never came out. So I guess it really was ABC. So he threatened her, according to her, with the ABC gig, and that was her dream, to really produce this show. And she said she felt like he was going to call Cassie and tell her about this they had, like she wanted to Diddy as well. Okay. So she texted Diddy back and said, I'm inside right now, okay? They're putting a shirt on Cassie in a fitting. I'm in the room with a lot of people. I will pull her out as soon as I can. Give me an extra 9 minutes, please. And then she said, she just texted you. She just needs your tone to change, Diddy. Diddy said that, call me now. 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 He said about 5 to 10 times. Call me now. Call me now. Then he said, you know what? This. I think it's best that we don't ever talk again. Don't ever call me again. Diddy said that. I think it's just best that you never call me again. Don't call me ever again. And she texts back, I just woke up to 1 million calls. I was asleep. No response. So then we get into October 17th, 2015. She writes to Diddy, I bought my own ticket with my own money, but I wanted to make sure Cass was okay, but I can't handle or afford the change in flight, like the change fee. I love you, Diddy. Like, basically, can you help me? Like, do you really want me to come? Because it's a 35-hour flight. I don't really want to make that flight if I don't have to. Because Diddy said, you know what? Get on this plane and come home now. But she couldn't afford it because she actually ended up paying for her own flight to go with Cassie because she didn't want Cassie to be out there alone. This is what she's saying. Diddy didn't respond. So then she writes, hey there. Do you want me to leave or stay with Cassie? Because Cass is upset. But I'm going to make sure I'm doing what you want me to do. Both of your happiness is my priority. She said that because they said, well, why did you say that you wanted to do whatever Diddy wanted you to do? Why did you do that? She said, well, if I didn't do what he wanted me to do, I was afraid I would be, she doing this looking down, stupid. I was afraid I would be fired or suspended. And I would felt like I would have been emotionally, physically, mentally, and verbally abused. They said, well, why are you telling Diddy that you love him after he raped you? You telling him you love him in these emails and he raped you. She said, I had to tiptoe around him just to appease him. So she basically saying she had to tiptoe. She was still saying that she loved him because, you know, she had to do so. So when she got back from South Africa, they had removed her from working inside the house with Diddy. She actually ended up working at the corporate offices, right? So she wasn't around Diddy anymore because she wasn't working at the house. They said, well, how did that do for your job? Did it make your job easier? Did it make your job harder? What did it do? Well, she said it made my job really hard because I couldn't get the answers that I needed, or I get the approvals if I wasn't right there. Also, I had a hard time gauging his attitude, and it made me feel defeated, incompetent, and like I was just ruining all of my relationships. And I wrote, ooh, she's great at using buzzwords. She said, I was mortified. All because she wasn't working in the office. No, girl. They were phasing you out, or you were feeling away. So she was using good, big buzzwords. Defeated, incompetent, mortified, scared. You know what I mean? She said she was just so mortified because the job was just so hard. Then they said, well, who was the part of HR? It was Basha. She was the head of HR, Tony Bias Fletcher, and Sandy. Those are all people that were a part of HR. So she says she got a letter. Or one time she said she got a letter, and I guess apparently the letter said that she had been suspended, but she had got suspended for oversleeping because she never slept for days. She's just so tired. She never slept. She was mortified, humiliated, defeated, depleted. Now we move to, so she was suspended. Now we get to March 31st, 2011. So apparently she was supposed to be putting out some clothes for Diddy, some workout gear, and it was supposed to be, she was putting them, laying them out. It really wasn't her job to do, but she was supposed to give Diddy some options to wear. I guess he was going somewhere with some workout gear. She was supposed to put the clothes out for Diddy, right? This is March 31st. They're just painting a picture of how she was overworked, underpaid, and treated like trash, and how he was just so mean to her. She was so fearful. They're trying to do the RICO and the coercion, the racketeering and the trafficking and all of that. She was so afraid. She was scared. She was getting beat up. She was getting all of these things, right? They said that Diddy cursed her out because he felt like she didn't put out enough clothes, enough options for him to wear. He said he screamed at her and cursed her out. You stupid, dumb bitch. And I said, really? And he said, what happened when he screamed at you? She said, I don't remember, but it was violent. So you remember you didn't put out enough clothes. He screamed at you, cursed you out. You don't know what happened, but what you do know is it was violent. I don't know about you, but if I remember it was violent, I remember what he did to me that was violent. So you don't remember, but you know it was violent. Oh, okay. So I guess she had called James Cruz, the head of manager. And I guess he wanted he was a manager over at Bad Boys. And this was March 20, this was in March. He wanted some Kids Choice Awards tickets. And he said, well, who do I contact? And Mia said, I don't know. He's currently firing me right now. He said, I talked back to him too much because he didn't like the workout gear he picked out. So now he's sending me home. So it was some workout gear. He didn't like it. He was getting fired. She said, he's a psycho. He went shit crazy on me. She sent a message to D-Rock. She sent an email to the head of manager. She was just telling everybody, like, he's cursing me out. He's mad at me. So I said, basically, she was sending everyone emails venting about what happened with Diddy. So she was just telling everybody she was so scared and afraid, and he was just doing all this stuff to her. So then that day, she got a call from Basha. And it just said a letter, you have been suspended without pay. She said, well, why? This was March 25th, 2011. She said, because Diddy said so. That's just how it goes. Diddy said you're suspended with no pay. Gotta go. There's no documentation. It's no reasoning why. It's just you have been suspended until further notice. After all of that, she still came back and worked for Diddy until 2017. They said, well, why would you come back after you were being cursed out and all this stuff? She said, well, I tried to leave, but I couldn't. She said, Diddy would have my reputation destroyed. I guess they went on a trip to St. Bart's. Diddy had chartered a yacht. Diddy told her, hey, I need you to count this money for me. She said it wasn't $100. It was way more than $100, whatever amount of cash it was. And so she said that Diddy told her, hey, I got this money. I need you to count this cash. She was counting too slow. And Diddy said, bit, what up? Because you counting so slow, you stupid, incompetent B. Then she said that out of nowhere, Diddy chased her outside all over the yacht. He was running behind her saying, you stupid B, count the money faster. She said she was running all over the yacht, panicking, frantic, scared. And as he was running and chasing her, he told her, bitch, you better learn how to walk on water and get the fuck out, you stupid bitch. And so she said she ran towards the water because Diddy said you can't even count. So, bitch, I hope you can walk on water because you're going to get the fuck out, you stupid bitch. And he chased her out. I'm like, yo. I'm like, what? And so she said she ran and jumped on the third level of the yacht and just went and hid. She was in, like, I don't know, the workers' quarters, and she had hid because she didn't count and she didn't know how to walk on water. But one thing she did know is he told her, you got to get the fuck out. And she said, she tried to escape the yacht. She was on the third floor, and Diddy was climbing up the stairs, like the ladder up to her. And when she saw Diddy, she dashed into the crew cabin. And she actually had somebody drop her off. I think they were trying to take her to another boat, a tiny boat or a little island nearby. It was something like that. But once she left and got off the boat, she got a call. And Diddy had said, B, you better come back. Plus, she couldn't go far because she had left her passport on the boat. But all she knew is that she didn't know how to walk on water. He told her hoes to change her plans. Go to the car. You're going with me to Vegas. We're going to Vegas on a private jet. It's me and you. Then Diddy got on the phone with the head of HR, and according to her, was making up a bunch of false scenarios of what happened that day, saying that she didn't know how to count right, and she was moving slow, and she was doing that, and he was saying, and she just kept messing up, and she was just her fault. Diddy was like, venting about how tough she was doing, and she said, "Well, Diddy, Puff, that didn't happen. I mean, what are you talking about?" She said she kept trying to interrupt him and say, "That's not what happened, but you told me to do this. You said to do that." And Diddy said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you." And she jumped. Then passed the phone and talked to Michelle and said, "You deal with her. Deal with her." And passed her the phone, talked to the HR, said, "You deal with this B." And the head of HR said, "Just do what he says. Just do what he says." Okay? In the fall of 2016, she talked to Brian. I guess Brian was the COO. I don't know if it was a COO of Revolt or whatever was going on, but he was in New York. Brian Offit. He was the COO, okay? Revolve Films is where she was supposed to be working at. Revolve Films. It's different than the other stuff they got. What is it? I don't know what he got. Revolt Films, not Revolve, Revolt Films. So it ended. And Diddy just was like, you know what? I'm over it. I don't want to do it. I'm moving on. We're doing different things. And this is just not in my wheelhouse anymore. We're not doing this. And we've decided that this is over. And they said, well, how did you feel in 2016 that Diddy ended things like that? She said, I felt betrayed, rejected, used, mortified, sad. There's those buzzwords again. So she was getting in her buzzword bag. Okay. She was in her buzzword bag. She said that's when she got an employment attorney, and Diddy got upset because she had went and got a lawyer. They did a 9-month back and forth because she felt like she was owed money because she invested all this time. She had been working so hard. And she was unfairly, that part of the job was unfairly ended. Like she was unfairly fired and suspended and all these different things. Like it was an unfair suspension, unfair employment, firing. So she got a lawyer. They said, well, why did you do that? She said, well, I just got a lawyer. And it wasn't to like sue you, but I just got one because your team said I need to get a lawyer to figure out what I need to do. So HR told me to get a lawyer. And Diddy was like, you really want to try to get a lawyer? You want to get them people involved? And so the monetary proposal from her legal attempted to gain a settlement payment of $10 million. And apparently she mentioned some of the that he had portrayed toward her. Okay? They said she talked about some of the violence. No, she talked about some of the violence, but she never mentioned the SA. Excuse me. So let me say that again. So she went to an employment attorney to try to get $10 million. She mentioned him being violent with her, but she never mentioned that he solicited her. So they ended up getting a settlement amount of $400,000. She made $200,000, and she had to give the other $200,000 to her lawyers. The payment was for overages. The settlements would be, it was for overages and things like that, right? And so what I found was interesting about this whole situation, though, don't you think if I was raped, I would not just be talking about violence, but I too would be talking about the SA on the job? Don't you think that's probably how you could have got your 10 million? If he was just fingering you and finger popping you and standing up and putting it in your face and making you suck it, and he was sleeping on you and he was drugging you out and he was doing all of these things, don't you think you would have put that in the paperwork? But you didn't put none of that in the paperwork. You just put he was violent towards you. So if that was the case, what are you asking for $10 million for? If you would have put that other stuff in there, you probably would have got your 10 million. That would have been the first thing I put in there. They said, would you return the money from the settlement if it meant that he would never had done the things he did to you? She said, yes. Diddy like, girl, shut up, you lying. She reached out to Diddy after Kim Porter's death and Andre Harrell. She told Diddy she loved him and she was always there for him. This is after the settlement. They also asked her, they said, hey, they said, so you still loved it? She said, yeah, I reached out. I still reached out to him because I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for his family. He was going through a lot and I really cared. He was like my best friend. They said, did you know Cassie filed a lawsuit? She said, yes. Catch it. How often do you guys speak to Cassie? All the time. You do? Yes. Well, all the time and like sometimes. So either do you speak to her all the time or do you speak to her sometimes? When was the last time you talked to Cassie? Well, a few days ago. Have you talked to Cassie about either of your testimonies? Absolutely not. No. Mm-mm. No. Okay. During that time, have you ever heard during the lawsuit time? This is now the prosecution. Did you hear from anyone that spoke to Diddy? I believe this part. She said, yes, D-Rock. But I want you to really pay attention when we get into this because this is very, 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 very important information here once we get into this. I need you to really get into this. They said after the Cassie lawsuit, she got a call from D-Rock or a text. He said, hey, what's up? D-Rock. She said, D-Rock, hi. How are you? I miss you so fucking much. I said, oh, you love D-Rock? Yeah, I did. I really, really, really love D-Rock. She said, D-Rock said, it's a lot going on. I'm about to call you. She said, D-Rock called. And she said, how are you? She's like, I'm catching up about life. Things getting real crazy. Because, with the Puff and Cass, because, Puff and Cass will just fight like a normal couple. Then she said it got weird. She said he started talking in circles like, your boy Puff really misses you. And he started mentioning other people. And then he said he was going to Miami to go take care of Christian. He said, Puff really wants to talk to you. Maybe you can say something. So they said, well, what did you think that meant? She said, it got weird to me because I felt like, A, he was at Diddy's house in Miami already. He called me because it made me feel like he wanted me to say something like a public statement against Cassie and be like, debunk it. Now, we did hear rumors that Diddy was calling people around to get people to talk. So I'm not surprised by that. So she's basically saying, yes. I talked to him. It felt a little weird because it made me think that he was just trying to call me because he wanted me to put out a public statement. They were trying to find a game plan. She said that Diddy called her within the same day. And she said when Diddy called, she jumped back and threw the phone all the way across the room. She was so scared. It went flying all the way across the room. And she, my phone is ringing. Picked that mother up and threw it. Ah! Ah! She panicked. She was so afraid. Because Diddy had called, apparently. He did all of that. So she didn't answer the phone, safe to say. December 5th, D-Rock texts her again. Like, hey, your boy said call him. He doesn't want or need you to do anything. Just get a man a call. She said she didn't respond. D-Rock texts her again. Good morning. Did you ever speak to Pete? Mia, she never responded. February 2nd, 2024. D-Rock texts her. Are you okay? I can't believe you're not hitting me back. Now listen. She said, hi, D. Just finished scuba diving on the boat, but I'm alive. Ha, 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 ha. I tried to call Puff back, but nobody answered. They said, now the prosecution said, well, did you actually really call him back? She said, no, I never called him. They said, well, why did you lie? She said, I didn't want to be involved. So every time she would text, she would avoid or she would lie and play like she was calling them back. She said, so I want you guys to remember. So she's lying to D-Rock. I'm on a boat. I'm on a yacht. I've been so tired. It's just a lot going on. I'm drained. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so tired. So much going on. But she's avoiding getting on the phone with Diddy. This is what people do. Read between the lines. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Hi. Oh, me? Oh, I'm just so busy, Karen. So D-Rock sends her a text. Let me know how I can send you something. Mind you, she's still looking down. She never once looks up at the jewelry, never looks up through this whole testimony. I'm like, why does keep looking down? Why won't she look up? I'm thinking, look up. Say it with your chest. If this is the truth, say she's a liar. I'm just telling you, she's a liar. She's a liar. This woman is a liar. She was pissing me off because I'm talking with my full voice. She was still doing that. Here. We're going to get to it. She was pissing me off because she's such a fucking liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. This woman is a liar. And the thing about it is, this woman is a privileged fucking liar. She's a liar. And she goes, D-Rock? No, D-Rock. So she said, no, thank you. I'm not asking for anything. I'm in debt, but that's my issue. I know you didn't ask for anything, but I'm allowed to send my sister a gift. That's what D-Rock said. She texts back, hi, D. Try you tomorrow. I've been on my little boat all day with no service. They said, was that the truth? She said, no, that was a lie. I wasn't on no boat. I just didn't want to answer the phone. I didn't want to text back. So I said, she kept on lying because she said she figured out what was going on. She felt like Diddy wanted D-Rock to reach out to her to make sure she wasn't a threat. So she would just lie to D-Rock so she didn't have to get on the phone. February 4th, 2024. Hey, Mia, it's Pop. Let me know if you have 10 minutes to talk, love. No, to talk. It's love. I just need to talk to you. My memory is, and I need you to jog my memory. You're my right hand for years. I need to speak to you and remember who was around me. But if you don't want to, it's all cool. She never responded. They asked her, they said, Mia, where do you work? This is when it all took a turn for me to feel like she was a liar. Remember, she got fired in 2016, 2017. She said she can't work. She hasn't worked a job since 2017 because she can't work anymore because she has PTSD from Diddy. She gets easily triggered with every severe situation. Even if somebody says her name, hey, Mia, she jumps. Mia, If she gets an email, she's an email. So she's batshit crazy when it comes to clocking in because Diddy allegedly raped her, beat her, said he was going to kill her, made her walk on water. All of these things. She just freaks out at every chance. And whenever she has to go to a job, she just freaks out at the thought of a job. She triple checks herself every time. Her anxiety is just through the roof. She just can't work and hasn't worked in almost 10 years because of Diddy. So now we get into the cross-examination. Brian still takes the stand. And let me just give you his point. He said, so I just want to get this straight. Because of Diddy, you aren't able to work. Just seeing him call your phone made you throw your phone across the room. You're traumatized, correct? Say, yes, I'm correct. He beat you. He raped you. He broke you down. He diminished you. And Sean Combs was the worst thing that ever happened to you. At a time, actually, he almost made you want to kill yourself. She said, yes. Let's start at January 13th. So now what we're about to get into, I didn't even write them all down. It was about 10 to 20 different Instagram posts. This is your personal account, right? Yes. So she posted a beautiful picture of her and Diddy and, you know, talking about how he was her boss and he was her favorite boss and how and she basically, the post was like, what we do when you're not around, promoting Ciroc and the brand and hashtagging P. Diddy and this, that, and the third. She said, at this point, at the point of this post, you were abused by him, right? But you're tagging him on Instagram. I think what did you say? Can you repeat that again? I think it was yeah. Well, I had to do that because I was working for the brand and everybody that worked for the brand, it was kind of like, you know, it was I think, I mean, that's what it says. I mean, that's what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, I had to do it. All right. Here's another one. It's you, Diddy, Cassie. You guys are in Cabo on vacation. The caption reads, richest. We outside, we live, we richest. This is a picture of Diddy on your page. This is after he you, right? So why are you posting pictures and promoting him if he you an abuse and you were so scared of him? I mean, well, I mean, this was your account, right? Like this was your operated account, right? Well, yeah. How about October 2013 or 2011? Posted a picture of Diddy. Caption reads, oh, nothing. Just the number one guy on the Forbes list getting me a latte. Just some real rich people. They said, did you post this? You posted about how great Diddy was, and this is on your page, right? And this is after he beat you and beat you and diminished you, right? Yeah. Why are you posting him and tagging him? Oh, well, can I see what? Can you ask what? Can you say that? You know, I just been beat down so much, and my mental. I just probably need to go talk to my therapist because you know when you it's like a syndrome when you're an abuser. You just go back and you just, it's just, I've been abused. So then she started getting into buzzwords again. Burning Man. Remember Burning Man? He had allegedly touched on her at the Burning Man and cursed her out and beat her. She wanted to kill her. All that at the Burning Man concert. Oh, and remember, this is where he made her take the drugs, apparently at the Burning Man. So she posts hashtags, take me back. It's a picture of Diddy, Carrie Morgan, Cassie, and her. Take me back. We lit. It's a vibe. Isn't this after you just got back and told the jury that he made you take drugs? But you posted this about the man that terrorizes you? And you're afraid of? You want to go back and he drugged you? Well, we've been a couple of times. I don't know what time. Well, what time? I don't remember what time. I think I remember. I don't think I remember the time that. I don't think I remember the what time it was like. What happened? We went a couple of times. Okay. November 4th. That's a special day for you, right? E? No, that's a special day for him. No, that's a day. That's a day that you remember, right? You're never going to forget that day. Why would I never forget? Well, yeah, that's Diddy's birthday. No. 2013. Remember. You posted the last actually it was November 5th. Because November 4th was the birthday. Remember 2013? So the last non-birthday post. Shout out to my mentor, Diddy. Thank you for always allowing me to give birth to my dreams. Now, this is interesting. So I'm going to paint the picture for you. It's a picture of Diddy in scrubs, like a doctor. She's in like those hospital robes. Like she's giving birth and Diddy's pulling the baby out of the you know what. And she writes so it's like she's giving birth and Diddy got he's in there grabbing the baby out. That's important for you to know because they said, you don't know why this is important, huh? She said, well, this is his birthday. They said, yeah, but you posted that picture, right? On November 5th. Do you realize you posted your fist delivering your baby? And just the day before, you felt like he kissed you and put his finger up your dress? Well, I said he slid it up the side of my thigh. Okay. Well, he SA'd you, right? Yesterday. And today, you're doing one last shout out and posting a baby of your rapist near your vagina. And you don't even remember why that day was significant for you? You forgot? It's important because the image that Diddy being a doctor delivering her child, but that doesn't trigger you? Of your fist being that close to your just yesterday or the day before, whatever, months before? That didn't trigger you? You didn't feel a way about that? I said she's stuttering like she won't look up. I don't know. It's just an image. Okay. She said it was supposed to be funny. Well, hold on. So then, remember that night, you said he gave you shots of alcohol, but you believe you were drugged, right? She was like, yes. And you feel like Diddy kissed you without your consent and slipped his hand all the way upside your dress. And you were paralyzed and you woke up in a chair and didn't remember what happened, right? She said, yes. But November 4th, 5th, you posted this. So the next day you woke up and went and posted that, but you remember. Okay. November 7th. This is 3 days after you were SA now. Oh no, this is November 7th, the next year. Posted another post. Happy anniversary to your birthday last year. Thank you for inspiring me. You're one of the greatest, best friends. I love you so much. In the pic, mind you, in the picture, she's in a tulle skirt, like a tutu with the booty cheeks cut off. Okay? Booty cheeks cut off. Diddy is in like a Halloween thing like this. And she over there tooted like that. Okay? So she like this. And Diddy like this. And she like this. And he said, you posted that after he raped you? Because this is on your page, right? She said she posted all that stuff because she was faking it for Instagram. Second lie. She said, I did all that stuff because people don't post the bad things about their life. That was my life. So I posted that stuff because, that was a part of my life. And, I didn't say they were all bad. There were some good times. Plus his fan pages follow, and I know he follows, so that's why I posted it. There was another post where she was in a pool with Meek Mill, Cassie, and they were just having a ball. But Diddy was in it. The point is, they show like 5, 6, 7, 10 posts on her page that was promoting Diddy after he's supposed to have her, assaulted her, had her fearing for her life, wanted to kill her, had her want to kill herself, but you're still posting him on your page when you don't have to. I wrote here, my problem is she's so quick to lie, whether it's to save face or whether to get out of a situation. Why can't or wouldn't she lie to take Diddy down? Because she's upset that she got fired. She lied to D-Rock and she lied to social media. You were lying to D-Rock, acting like you were on a yacht because you wanted to avoid getting on the phone with Diddy. And now you're claiming that you lie on social media about who you really are and your happiness just to fake the funk. So why wouldn't you get up here and lie on Diddy just to drive the nail home? And when I say she lied, I'm not talking about Cassie. I believe everything that happened with Cassie she saw, because that was the only time it felt like she would give a real true opinion. I don't feel like Diddy raped her. I feel like Diddy raped her, but it was consensual. I feel like Diddy cussed her out. I feel like he may have grabbed her. But I don't think that he SA'd that woman. And I don't think that I think she's putting it on a little bit more thicker than what it is as it pertains to her personal experience. And if you ask me, I think she also was on the phone with Cassie because it sounded like Cassie and her got together and they were talking about trigger words and buzzwords to use, because then the lady also kept defaulting when she would get caught up into a lie. She would default back into some of the verbiage that Dr. Hugh, which was the forensic psychologist and the clinical psychologist, all that kind of like, oh, my abuser, I'm afraid it was this is the mind, this. She would play into her mind and act like it was like she was just so tormented and terrorized. So that's why she kept forgetting. But remember, that was the same verbiage that psychologist would use. And I feel like Cassie and her got on the phone because she said that she talked to Cassie just a couple of days ago all the time, but sometimes then they start changing it around because it could be a freaking mistrial if she was caught talking to Cassie and getting coached on how to give up her testimony. The fact that she was never looking at the audience and never looking at the jury, never looked up once, was stuttering the entire time. The fact that you're still posting pictures of Diddy after he did all of these things to you, writing him love letters and emails, and you don't have a backbone when it's time for you. And wait, and then you file a lawsuit. You only mention the violence or him talking to you crazy, berating you, unfair work environment, but you never mention the sexual assault. You remember him cursing you out. You don't remember what actually happened, but you just know it had to be physical. I don't know who does not know when they've been physically hit. How does someone forget if they've been beat down by a person that raped them and said that they were going to kill them? And we're not done. I said the defense has ended her. They have pulled up several Instagram posts that she voluntarily posted about Diddy and of Diddy after he raped her. And she supposedly had such a bad life and she was working so hard she hated her life. But that's not it. It gets better. May 29, 2011. Every day should be happy hour on the way to Istanbul. This is the one thing that they was kind of like, she was confident about, because I don't think that he was able to get her on this one. They said, you and Cassie in Istanbul, how'd you get there? I was like, well, that was a sponsored trip. So Diddy had nothing to do with that? No. They said, well, did Diddy have to approve it? They say yes. Okay, boom. She got that one. 6/1/2011. Istanbul, shut it down. She's happy. She's loving her life. June 22nd, 2024. Reposted a post of Diddy. She was in a picture for his birthday. So this is what she said. This is what Diddy said. Beside every man is a great woman. Happy birthday. Sorry for acting crazy that night. That's what he posted for her birthday. Then she reposted, thank you, Puff. You're the nicest person ever. You've shown me the world. All this after he's the nicest person ever. He showed you the world. The only part where I think Diddy messed up on with this is saying sorry for acting crazy that night. No, so apparently she said that he said that because he had cursed her out really, really bad. I could believe that. And this was his way of being nice to her because he posted it on his page. Then she reposted it. So I understand. I believe her on that, but I feel like I understand why she was like, all right, let me repost it. We're just trying to move on, move past it. All right, I'll give her that. We're just trying to move past it. That was his way of apologizing. And I really love him, so I'm just let it rock. It's cool. Tomato, tomato. We're going to make it work. They went to Burning Man again, 2014. You enjoyed Burning Man. She was turned up. She was lit. She said, yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Okay, you posted Diddy again. There was another post where she went off. She took a picture of Diddy and Muhammad Ali. She was talking about, look at an icon being born. I mean, an icon here, a legend. There's not many opportunities that people can get to see moments like this. And I'm just happy and grateful to be here. Shout out to the GOAT. And it's a picture of Diddy and Muhammad Ali. They said you loved it there. Well, there were highs, high highs, and there were low lows. 5 years later, after Diddy had essayed her, this is now Diddy's 45th birthday. Happy birthday, Puff, Daddy. Thank you for the life that people write books about. Broke people never sleep. Hashtag broke people never sleep. So she said, happy birthday, Diddy. Thank you for the life that people write books about. Hashtag broke people never sleep. And they out and about. But supposedly she was so traumatized. And she had been essayed so many times, but she's thanking him for the life that people write books about. And they got all the receipts. This is on her page. They said, how many times did you meet with the government? You met with the government 27 times, right? She said, I can't remember how many times I met with the government. She also said, they said, but Diddy assaulted you many times, right? I don't remember all the times. He just did it. I don't remember. So I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't remember. What, can you answer that question again? Assaulted me? I don't remember. I didn't say that. I don't think I said it like that. I don't remember. Which part did you say? She said again, like what part? He assaulted you, right? You don't remember, you remember that? Oh, yes. So then she writes, another picture. She writes about Diddy in a caption. Diddy, thank you for being the best kind of crazy, the good kind of crazy, and inspiring me. They said, didn't you testify that you were terrified of him now? Because you didn't know his move? I wrote, Steele is cooking her. She's a joke. So then she hits with this. She was like, listen, I didn't know move. Then she goes, I even had to beg to go to my grandmother's funeral. So that gets you like, oh, okay. Now you have to beg. Okay, girl. Now this is just coming up after they done said all of this stuff. Now you want to pull on the heartstrings. Now you have to beg to go to your grandmother's funeral. So I said she plays games and she rage baits with buzzwords. When she gets caught up, she starts doing those buzzwords. Feeling unseen, depleted, mortified, mental health, anxiety, depression. She starts going into that when they start like getting her like, girl, what you giving? And then they pulled up pictures of her with Rick Ross. You know you made it when you in a Rick Ross video. Thank you, Diddy, Rick Ross, boom. Loving. I mean, they just kept going receipt after receipt after receipt. They even did this one. I knew that she was a joke. She did a birthday post for Justin Combs. They said, who's in the picture? She doing this. I think, mind you, the thing is right here on her. She could see. She act like she can't see. Who's in the picture? Who's in the picture? She was irritating. She acted like she couldn't hear. What? Huh? Who is in the picture? I think that's me, Justin. Think some lady, I can't remember. They said, is Diddy in the picture? Oh, yeah, I think so. Like she didn't know Diddy was in the picture. At some point, he said, do you realize that every picture you post, you're promoting Diddy? You're promoting a man that wanted to kill you, beat you, terrified you so much that when the phone rang for you, you threw it outside across the room to a point where you're not even able to work a job because he scared you so bad. And for 5 years later, you've continued to promote and push his brand and take pictures with the nigga? After he you? They said out of any of your postings, can you say that Diddy violated you? No. Why did you post a picture of Diddy when you were terrified? You know what she said? I almost forgot these things. You forgot? You forgot he raped you? How did you forget? They said, well, how did you forget these things? But you can't work because you have constant trauma today. But during those times, you're posting on his birthday, you're posting, but you forgot? But today you remember and you can't work? But when you were outside and you were making money and you on trips and you in Miami, you in Istanbul, you at this concert, it's luxury, it's life. You forgot? And now that it's all gone, you are so traumatized, you can no longer work and it all comes back to you? Now that he's on trial? But you forgot when you was living it? Now that you out of it, you remember it all? But when you was in it, you forgot. Okay. You forgot? Okay. So I said, she acts so slow and stupid. Then she made a post. It was her, Diddy, some other people. It was about the Breakfast Club. They said, well, what does the Breakfast Club mean? Because it was like, shout out to the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club was about partying through breakfast. Meaning they were so high, they were partying through breakfast. They said, so you were in the club. You were in the Breakfast Club. They initiated you into the club. You made it, huh? She talking about, I think, I don't know. I think, I guess, I mean, I guess, I think. Well, you posted it. You said it. You shared it. You think? Ma'am, You said that this man made you bleed out of terror. You were on your cycle and you were bleeding out of your cooter booger and threw spaghetti and meat at you. And you forgot? And yet, you still champion and love this man? You were bleeding. Well, it was a different time because Me Too wasn't happening. And then Me Too, I didn't feel like I could speak. Well, man, Me Too movement took off October 15th in 2017. That was the height of it, Me Too. Then she started backtracking. Well, I didn't say it was all bad. I didn't say it was like that. Then she was saying she felt obligated to post, and so there was something else. Oh, there I got a lot more. So I said if it's about Cassie, she's confident. When it comes to herself, she's not. She wrote Diddy a personalized happy birthday letter for his 41st birthday. It was a long, beautiful, personalized, Diddy, you are the man. You are that guy. Everything about you is great. You know, we love everything about you. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday. I didn't read it all. I didn't get it all because it was a long one. You have to get it when the exhibits come out. Now, they would ask her, did she mean those words? And she would act like she didn't mean those words. Now she's saying she meant the words, but at first she said she didn't mean the words that she posted on Instagram. But this is when it gets tricky. She got fired. Oh, I want to also tell you this. The personalized happy birthday, that didn't get posted on social media. The personalized happy birthday, that was a cover letter to a big built out scrapbook that she had made from the Diddy archives of when he, from 1991 up until that point. She said that she did that because when you're dealing with somebody rich and famous, what do you buy them? So she went and contacted everybody he knew. This ain't something that you or I do, like, oh, let me go get your best friend and your mom. No. She went to the head of the department at Bad Boy that has the archived images, also interviewed people, had them send in videos and all this stuff to add to the scrapbook. Very detailed. She spent hours doing this, made a freaking binder like this, and presented it to Diddy. The reason why they brought that up is because she was trying to make it seem like she was just posting on social media because she had to, even though it was her personal page. Okay, fine. But why are you going to go out of your way to dig through the archives, build out a whole gift, take your time, interview his friends, families, colleagues, business associates, write him a lengthy cover letter telling him how much you love him 5 years after this man made you want to kill yourself? He beat you. He had you bleeding. He raped you, tortured you. You can't work to this day. This is the man that makes you throw your phone across the room when you call, when he calls. But you're going to put in all that work for him, and no one on social media is going to see it because it wasn't for social media. This is something you wanted to do from your heart. Okay. 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 So Let's add to it. So then she texts KK. So she got fired. She said, I'm going to myself. Attention seeking. KK's like, what's going on? She's not responding. Then she drops out of nowhere with a message saying, hey, I'm with Karen Gomez. I'm fine. They said, KK said, you can't be doing that. You're a star, and everywhere you're gonna go, you're gonna be good, you're gonna be okay. In so many words, like, don't worry about it. This is when she got fired in 2017. They said, why did you feel like that? Like, how did you feel? Why did you feel like you wanted to kill yourself? That was a very dark place for you, huh? She said, yeah, like when I lost my life. She felt like she lost her life. That was her life. She said getting fired made her feel like she lost her life. It was her life. She was there for 8 years. That's all she knew. It was horrific. They said, you didn't want to leave the company, huh? She said, no, I didn't want to leave the company. But I said, you loved? She said, I loved film and television. They said, no one forced you to work hard, huh? She said, well, no one can force me to work hard. I work hard. Like, I'm a hard worker. They said, but you were going to kill yourself. But you were mad that you got let go. They said, is it safe to say that this is all a lie? That Mr. Combs never you or SA'd you? He might have talked to you disrespectful. He might have, and it's nowhere near good that a man puts his hand on a woman in any capacity, but he did not rape you. Isn't it safe to say that's all a lie? She said no. They said, then why didn't you leave? Why are you mad that you got fired? She said, I couldn't go. I couldn't leave. She said, well, if you couldn't go, wouldn't you getting fired? Wouldn't that be the best thing that ever happened to you? Because now you're free from your abuser. From the man that made you want to kill yourself. From the man that said they were going to kill you. You can go, but you wanted to stay. Well, in hindsight, it was a good idea, but then no, it wasn't a good idea. I didn't want to leave. So you didn't want to leave, but you were being tormented. And you're mad that you got fired. But he had you bleeding. He beat you. You witnessed abuse. He berated you. And she said, well, I didn't know that it was a bad thing. I didn't know what I was going through my mind. I didn't know that I was being abused. And I wrote, she got upset. The main reason why she's upset, she got upset because he fired her over that trip that she went to with Cassie. She lost her job with Cassie, and she lost her life. She lost her lifestyle. They said, Mia, why did you need someone to tell you that it was wrong for Mr. Combs to tell you he would kill you? You needed someone to tell you it was wrong? So you could snap out of it? So you needed someone to tell you that, hey, it's wrong for somebody to say they need to kill you? Well, I was just incompetent, and I don't know. I'm just a people pleaser, and I just do anything for people. I don't know. I just do anything. They said, you're not a weak person, are you? You're not a weak person, right? I don't know. You don't know. I mean, you helped Cassie. You were working with her. You're powerful. You worked for the company. Now she playing like she weak and timid. You said you were strong yesterday, didn't you? She acted like she forgot what she said yesterday. Isn't it true that Diddy did not hit you? Isn't it true that he shouldn't have hit you, but he did not abuse you, hit you as many times as you said he did? Because you don't even remember. So long story short, in a nutshell, she was upset. And then she said she would do things for Diddy like that because Diddy would need help and Diddy would apologize and Diddy would want to know, like, he would need someone to be a listening ear when people are going through things. She had to be there. So they said, well, when did Diddy tell you that he needed you to help him for abusing you? She said he never did. So what are you talking about? You needed to be there to help him through that because he never admitted that to you. But you said that people come to you when they need help with certain issues like that, like something along those lines. She tried to make it seem like Diddy wanted her help being a better person because of what he did, but he had never asked her for her help for what he did. So, in a nutshell, what I feel happened, did he beat Cassie? Did she witness that? Yes. All the Cassie stuff is true. Did he probably talk to her reckless, disrespect her, berate her? 100%. Did he probably smack her up a couple of times, chase her down and tell her to walk on water? Absolutely. Did he her? I don't think so. Did he hit her as many times as she's saying? No, I don't think he did. She was not Cassie. Did she love him, like him? I think she did a little bit. Is she dragging it just a smidge? Yes. Why? Because, again, as much as you don't like Diddy, what we know about people is we like proximity, access, and what's the other word I'm looking for? Superiority. I don't even think that's the word. But we like to feel superior over people. We like to feel like we know more people. We can do what we want to do. Hierarchy. Working with Diddy gives you that. It gives you access. It gives you connections. It gives you a career. It gives you this sense of superiority. It's a lifestyle. And then when he takes it away, you miss it. She felt slighted because he closed that company down, Revolt Films, which that was her passion, and fired her. So she's probably not making the money she was making. She probably don't have the resources, the fame, the attention, the access. She's probably not jumping on flights, having everything paid for from here to Ibiza to Dubai. Private jets, all that's gone. You took that from me. So now, nigga, your back is against the wall. You beat on Cassie. Those are facts. And I'm finna drag this a little bit more and see what I can squeeze out of it. Because we know you're guilty, but let's see if I can pile it on a little bit more, and then maybe I can try to get some more money in the civil suit on the back end while everybody's trying to do their dump truck and collect the check. Because I'm pissed. Because I ain't found a gig yet that is comparable to this, even with the ass whoopings I was getting and the verbal. So I'm a little pissed at you because I feel slighted that I got fired for being in the middle of your BS. So I'm going to get you because I ain't got to lose now. That's what that's giving me. I'm not saying none of it happened, but she landed on a lot thicker than what it was, and a little bit of that is her get back. So I'm not saying that this should be for Diddy to go free. What I'm saying is this, though. This wasn't the star witness that the prosecution thought they had. The defense went ahead and knocked her out. Boom. You out of here. Because she had her own agenda. And why this pisses me off with her, because, girl, we didn't need you up there lying because, in my opinion, I really feel for Capricorn Clark. And I feel for Cassie. But I feel like when you get people like this that's in it for themselves, that's lying on the stand, it diminishes the testimonies that were actually really real and the people that's really out there hurting. Girl, you sitting up here under an alias, lying like this. You're not looking at the jury. Your facts don't even add up. Girl, you didn't care about none of them people. You want to be right back there. At least Capricorn said, I need to be back there because I missed my life. Yeah, he was a fool. He called me all kind of names, pushed me, but damn it, I'll take over the company today. People try to drag Capricorn for that, but she kept it real. I ain't finna lie. Yeah, I tried to come back. Nigga, I'm broke. I missed my life. He got me blackballed. That's real. She felt that. This woman over here is a liar. And I don't want her story to diminish the story of Cassie and Capricorn, people that really stories need to be heard and really matter to this case. That's why this lady pissed me off so bad. So those are my thoughts on that. Shout out to the 19,000 people in the building. I love y'all all. Make sure you guys purchase the book, share the video, subscribe to the channel, y'all. And and then the defense did try to do a dirty move, though, at the last minute, at the 9th inning. I guess I'm not even going to say that. So anyway, they were going to try to introduce a video of this woman that's been circulating on the internet. But apparently they had the video yesterday, and it was supposed to be submitted by 7 p.m. yesterday. They didn't do it. The prosecution was pissed because they like, well, y'all trying to submit this into evidence, but we didn't get a chance to understand what this video is and where it's coming from. The reason why the defense wanted to submit the video was to show her demeanor, because this lady was sitting here acting like she was so traumatized she couldn't look up. But they're saying that's not who this woman is. Her demeanor is way more wow, wow, woo, ba, ba, boom. But she's playing retarded, dumb, and aloof and traumatized because she's on the stand lying. She's over here making it up. She ain't lying about everything, but she's exaggerating and stretching out certain facts and truths. And it's particularly when it comes to her encounters, because all of these things have happened, but yet she can only remember a few. But she forgot everything when she was in it, but remembered everything when she got out. I don't know. Mia she wasn't a good witness. She wasn't a good witness. She was not a good witness. She was not. I don't think that was the witness that they needed. She was not a good witness. It's no shade. She was actually irritating me. She was, get this woman off the stand. I cannot stand her. She's a joke. And the reason why you know that she'll lie, let me tell you something. These women lie like that. You see how she fake lied to D-Rock? Oh, I've been so stressed out. I was on a boat all day. I was just, I'm going to text you. I called Diddy earlier. You never called Diddy. And she said, no, I never did. I lied. She said she lied. I didn't want to call him. I lied. Oh, I was just lying on Instagram. I was pretending like my life was so good. I was lying. I was faking it for Instagram. And you don't think she'll lie in here because she's mad at that man? Because she don't have her life that she once had, that she actually really loved, that she was posting on Instagram? You don't think she gonna lie? Just you listen, you gotta listen to what people say. Girl, if you lie about this, you lie for that, girl, you will get up here and get into character. And then you just talk to Cassie all the time, well, sometime, but a couple of days ago. Girl, please. So, anyway, the courthouse was not going for her today. They was not feeling her. So, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little bit later. I love y'all. Thanks for supporting. And until next time, keep that same energy. And we'll see you soon. Peace out.